Hello, everyone. Welcome to the We've Got Balls podcast, where we've got balls, footballs, basketballs, and we happen to have a lot of balls, cojones, they call them in Mexico, when we talk about them. Okay, so it's episode 2. It's Mother's Day edition.
Mother's Day edition. Happy Mother's Day to all the incredible mothers and women out there that do a terrific job of raising their kids.
It's like Kevin Durant said, they're the real MVPs.
Yeah.
Okay. To bring it back to sports and to bring it back to basketball, we got great topics today. We're talking about all this hype around Russell Westbrook. He just tied Oscar Robertson for the most triple doubles in league history, and he's not done yet. So he's obviously going to break it. We're going to rank him in all-time point guards. We got the Brooklyn Nets. What's going on over there? I mean, they just had that comeback win over Denver, but before that, 4-game skid. And they were basically full team, just no James Harden. So we're going to get into that. Then we got some football for you. We're going to talk Aaron Rodgers. We're going to go over our little draft last week, which we absolutely crushed. And
yeah, we did.
Then we're back to basketball for a bit, but let's dive into the Westbrook conversation.
Russell Westbrook, who had a historic night on May 3rd against the Indiana Pacers in a shootout, I might add.
What a game.
The man had 14 points.
24 rebounds.
And 21 assists. Like, he went crazy. Down. He went crazy. He went crazy again. And, you know, I saw a lot of people on social media, Instagram and Twitter mainly, just, you know, Westbrook's top 5 or Westbrook's top 2, Westbrook's top 3. You know what I mean? I've seen this whole debate explode that, you know, I've seen now they some of them were talking players just in general, players of all time, which is a little bit, you know, extra if you ask me.
I know.
But others, but the point guards, it's a debate. It's not ridiculous, that's for sure.
Statistically, no.
Statistically, definitely not. But I gotta tell you, Dean, I don't have him in my top 5.
Point guards all time?
Don't have it. No, I don't.
Okay,
have
so then naturally, the next question is, what is your top 5?
So my top 5 is, I have him between 6 and 10. That's for sure.
Okay, fair.
I have Magic Johnson at number 1.
Obviously.
I have Steph Curry at 2.
Okay.
I have Jason Kidd at 3.
Oh, I was thinking it was going to be one of 2 guys. Continue.
Yeah. 4, Isaiah Thomas.
Okay.
And 5, Chris Paul. That's my top 5.
Okay. All right.
I would put him. I'd probably put Russell at 6, to be honest.
You win.
Yeah, I'd probably put Russell at 6.
Do you want to hear my top 5?
Let me hear your top 5.
Okay, so you got Magic, number 1.
Yeah.
But so look, before I get into my top 5, I just want to say, like, I'm talking because I'm like a basketball purist in a sense, where point guard to me means like facilitator, leader on the floor.
Okay.
So like a Curry, for example, he's definitely in my top 5. Don't get me wrong, but the guy's main job is to put up 35, 40 plus points in games when they need him. I mean, his main job is scoring the basketball.
Yeah.
Point guards, traditionally, the reason Magic's my number 1 is the guy's the best disher of all time, right? So I'm just going to say, for me, there's like for point guards, I'm not thinking about scoring as much as I am thinking about running the floor, like creating plays, just getting they're basically the quarterback of the basketball game. They got to get their team in motion. They got to get everybody involved so everyone's confident, everyone's hitting. Anyways, back to the top 5. You got Magic number 1. Like I just said, best disher of all time, and he fucking basically invented the flashy pass. Like, you know, you go play 2K and you buy your little flashy pass animations. Thank Magic Johnson for that. Okay. Number 2, you know what? I'm actually going to go John Stockton. Because if you're talking pure point guards, this guy has the most assists all time. And he really took what I just said to heart. And man, the Utah Jazz, they play in the Jordan era. Sorry, but if they hadn't played in the Jordan era, they would have won titles, and they were always in contention, basically because of that guy. And obviously Malone was a beast. But number 3, I'll go Curry, because Curry
is Curry.
The whole changed basketball.
Yeah,
like all these kids, man. I go to basketball courts now. Everybody wants to shoot the 3-point shot. Nobody knows how to take a fucking layup anymore. because all they want to do is hit threes. That's Curry's fault. And honestly, it's pretty fun to watch. So I'll give him number 3. Number 4, I will go Steve Nash. Steve Nash, he had that Phoenix Suns team popping off, man. Joe Johnson, Stoudemire, like Barbosa back when he was like really good.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, man, that was just a fun. Oh yeah, Sean Marion. That was a fun team to watch, and man, he just made them go. That was 2 MVPs. Can't discount that. And number 5, I will go Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd was a beast.
Where's the love for my guy, Isaiah Thomas? Before you
before my era, so I can't really say like Magic was before my era, but I did my homework. I've done my homework on Isaiah too. Yeah. But it's just like Isaiah was known for his handle.
Yeah. And
like now you look at guys like Kyrie and like Steph and stuff, like his handle ain't shit.
That's fair, but his biggest thing was he's known for his handle, but he also like averaged like 11 assists in some seasons. You know what I mean?
No.
So he's a beast. Now I know we're talking about Russell.
Also for him, on his knock, also for me, I'll say is his type of leadership, because
the bad boy Pistons.
Dude, we all saw the Jordan he was the tiniest guy on the bad boy Pistons, and he was just basically telling all his thugs like, go hit this guy.
He might have been just as bad as Bill Laimbeer, to be honest.
He was.
No,
but he was the one in Bill. He was like the
He's just manipulating everything.
Exactly.
For my list,
Chris Paul is number 6, definitely for me.
Yeah.
And then after Westbrook would probably be a 7.
Fair enough. For my list, the reason why I didn't put Oscar Robertson's kind of hard. Like a lot of like the Bill Russell, the Elgin. It's way too hard for me to even like, because there's not even footage. There's not even proper footage. Like you can't really break. It's hard to break down game of those players that played in that era. But Magic and Steph to me is like without question. Like those, like I don't really need to give you an explanation as to why. It's pretty self-evident.
No. Honestly, Stockton.
Yeah, but
I'm shocked Stockton wasn't on your top 5. I feel like
I'll tell you why Stockton wasn't on my top 5, because for me, what made you crack my top 5 is that you've shown the ability to have a team that's a title contender when you're the best player on the team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
J-Kidd did that, brought the Nets to 2 back-to-back finals in the early 2000s. Now we can say the East was weak, blah blah. But if we're gonna do that, then you're gonna have to do that for a lot of players in a lot of eras.
Yeah.
So So
even and he was super weak, apart from like the Knicks and this like the Celtics. Like there were years where there was like 2 other good teams, but dude, he hit the shot against Craig Elo and the Cavaliers.
They were good, man. They were good though. But yeah, fair enough. Jason Kidd, so you know he won a title. He was a big part of them winning the title in 2011. Obviously, Dirk, whatever. Yeah. Number 4, I had Isaiah Thomas. I mean, led the Pistons to 2 championships. You know what I mean? He did beat the Lakers, but Magic did not play in the series. Oh no, he got injured in Game 1, I believe, and Byron Scott got injured before the series even started.
Players got injured against the Pistons?
Yeah.
What?
So they were out of the series. So I mean, they won a champion. They swept a magicless Laker team that seemed destined for a 3-piece. So I just wanted to slide that in there, Laker fan. But and 5, Chris Paul. Now I know he hasn't even been to a finals, but some of it is bad luck. Some of it is just didn't get it done. But he's shown the ability to have a title contending team where he's the best player on the court, and he did on the team, and he did that with the Clippers. He did that with the Hornets, and I don't know if he did that with Phoenix because I don't know, and 100%. I just don't know if they're a title contender. And the only reason why I say that is just because I know Devin Booker is deadly, but playoffs is a different animal, and we haven't seen him in a playoff setting yet.
No, but that's the thing is like. No, you're right though. Chris Paul has to it's almost a shame he's not in my top 5, and but the thing is statistically, in terms of player efficiency, PER and stuff like that, all the actual deep basketball numbers, if you're into that shit, he's number 1, on all that. And when I watch him play, he's actually one of my favorite players to watch play because he just controls the pace. If he wants it to move fast, it's moving fast. If he wants it to move slow, it's moving slow. Like genius on pick and roll situations with ball fakes and like his little yo-yo dribbles and shit. I love watching Chris Paul and he's sick. But
yeah. So that was my main reasoning for putting those guys ahead of Westbrook. And I feel confident in saying that all 5 of those guys would have more than one finals appearance if they play with Kevin Durant.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even to be honest with you, man, like Kyrie, like might slide in before.
I
don't know, but he does have a title, and he has shown like the stuff in clutch moments. So
yeah, but he hasn't shown to be a leader. I would argue.
Get back though, like purely to Westbrook though, like
yeah.
So neither of us have him in our top 5, and the whole
I have him at 6.
Top 5.
Oh,
he's not. Go.
I just need to slip this in quick because you mentioned Steve Nash. Honestly, maybe I'm a hater, but I don't have Steve Nash in my top 10.
Top 10?
Yeah, I don't have him in my top 10. Let me tell you why. My biggest gripe is that so he was in the league. He got drafted the same year as Kobe, 96. Mm-hmm. He didn't win his first MVP till 2004. Nothing wrong with that. That happens. You know, Kobe didn't win his first MVP till 2008. The difference is that Steve Nash was a all-star-ish caliber player when he was on the Mavericks, so on and so forth.
Yeah. By the Suns 96
and 96.
To the Mavericks years.
Yes.
Back nobody knows that.
Yeah, that's true. And he played with Jason Kidd for a bit.
Gonna have to wear that jersey next time. Continue.
Fair enough, yeah. But I just find it a bit too coincidental that the first year that the NBA decides to get rid of hand checking, he goes from an all-star caliber player to, okay, I'm winning MVPs back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he's a product of that lack of hand checking. And I can't bring myself to be like, okay, this guy's better than this person and that person because, you know, and you can say a system. And
but in all fairness, Chris Paul was never a victim of hand checking. Neither was Curry. Neither was.
We haven't seen it, yeah. But I feel comfortable in saying that I think they could have excelled the way Curry shoots the ball, the way Chris Paul. I feel Chris Paul's a different breed. And you know what? You know who pointed that out is honestly Grant Hill on. I don't know if you ever watched Open Court, but they had a segment where they were talking about like who would be the players to represent a starting 5 of the all-decade team, and Grant Hill mentioned it. He mentioned that, you know, some guys feel that Steve Nash is a product of the rule changes, and that was the first time that it kind of sunk into my brain. And Reggie Miller was like, if I see Jason Kidd, Gary Payton, and Steve Nash, I'm taking Steve last. And that just kind of stuck with me, and that's why, you know, I don't have it in my top 10.
No, well, I mean, I didn't take that into account, but Westbrook, I mean, like, look, for me, the reason he doesn't slot in there is, like, we talk about leadership, and I'm not one of those people who goes, he's stat stuffing, because I watch him play, and he earns every stat he gets. Like, it's not like other guys are, like, not rebounding to let him rebound, bro. Everyone wants to earn their money, make their cut. Do you think the bigs are like, no, I'm going to sacrifice 3 rebounds a game, even though I pretty much get paid to rebound, like, no one's doing that. He's an animal. He attacks like in every aspect of the game, and it's amazing to watch. But like, I don't know if you noticed, neither of us had Iverson in our top 5 either.
Because I consider him a 2. That's the only reason.
So do I. But the ball was in his hands to start every play with Philly. Yeah. So like, technically that's the point guard's role, but they were a one-man team. But that's the thing with Westbrook is every team he's on is a one-man team, and we see how far they go.
Yeah. But you see the problem with player, because then if we gotta start doing that, then we gotta start thinking about LeBron, you know, and then it's just like I cannot bring LeBron into a point guard conversation because it's like it's LeBron. what do you want me to say? You know, like that's why I just keep him at his original position. But I get what you're saying though, and for me, it's just why I don't have him in my top 5 is just that he hasn't shown to me that he can be the best player on a true title contending team. And he's had great teammates. He's had Paul George. He's had Melo, he's had James Harden, he's had Sabonis and Oladipo, and they were not good teams in the playoffs. And they didn't even win he hasn't won a playoff series since KD left.
I watched him in the playoffs, and it's like not often that I like. I mean, look, in the NBA, they usually have the wisdom to know like when they're doing too much. But Westbrook, like, he gets this tunnel vision where he thinks like, okay, I have to do everything, and it's literally hard to watch. Like he turns all over. He like bricks shots. He airballs. Like you could see the weight of the like putting the team on his back is not something he can support.
Yeah.
So
we saw that last year against the Lakers. Like they won game 1.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a series.
The series I saw it the most, honestly, was the round 1, not last year, the year before against Portland,
Utah.
Portland, with Paul George.
I think Lillard got into his head making it a big time, one-off. Yeah.
Big time. And like, wow, it was hard to watch. He was like forcing plays. Like, I hate watching forced plays. And like, I like it, as like growing up playing basketball, it takes a long time to learn to stop forcing plays and to like, like, you know, use your teammates and they're there for a reason. But like, dude, you're 10 plus years in the NBA now. Like you should know, like, okay, I ain't it right now, but I got guys, you know, like that's a point guard. That's what a point guard, you're supposed to have that mentality from the get go. Like them first, me after, like, I like, you know what I mean? So he is like on your starting 5, he's in the point guard position, but he doesn't approach the game like a true point guard does.
Yeah.
Like he's too attack minded. And like, look, Kevin, like obviously there was a litany of reasons for Kevin Durant leaving OKC, but one of them is that like
Westbrook had the ball in his hand.
Look,
far too much.
Here, I'm open and I shoot better than anybody. I'm 7'2". I can jump over them and just clear landing space. Like, anyways,
yeah.
So he doesn't fit in there for me. Now, our next topic, moving on. Speaking of Kevin Durant, the Brooklyn Nets. So we saw them come back against the Denver Nuggets, but the Denver Nuggets, I had money on them last week against Utah, and they were up big, and they let Utah with no Donovan Mitchell and no Mike Conley, and somebody else was out too. They let them climb back in the game. So that doesn't impress me that you come back to beat the Nuggets. The Nuggets, first of all, are injured like crazy. I have no guards.
Yeah.
Second of all, you have Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Bruce Brown, Joe Harris. You got Landry Shamet. You got guys, man. You guys are supposed to be winning games. 4 in a row lost. So what's your opinion going on with Brooklyn?
I'm a little concerned. Listen, like I told you in our last episode, I have Philly coming out regardless. And I just gotta plug this in. Matisse Thybulle is a absolute defensive monster. This guy is something special. Like, I don't even want to just wait for the playoffs. You guys will see what I'm talking about.
No, they're going to put him on the number 1 option, scoring option for every.
Absolutely. But I'm just worried about the Nets, and my main concern is that they barely had time to play with each other, all 3 of them. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's going to be it's going to be a big problem. Like, I don't think no team's ever won a championship like that. Like, if they played a whole season together, it's different because they have time to, not that they can't, because they have some form of chemistry, but it's not like enough to win a championship. And it's just like alarming to me because what are you guys going to do against Milwaukee? First of all, they have no answers for Giannis at all. They cannot stop Giannis at all. They literally cannot. No, they can't. They can't stop Giannis or Joel from averaging 35 and 15. They can't. So that's a concern for myself. And I think that if you can if you can force them to just only beat you with perimeter shots, you have a chance to beat them.
Dude, you see what happens in the playoffs. The first time I saw it that I noticed it was in the finals, Raptors Warriors. Then Nick Nurse said, "Fuck it, I'm running a box 4-1. I'm doing like an elementary zone." And he just had someone trailing Curry and then just 4 guys guarding the inside, too close to the perimeter. In the playoffs, you literally might see them play like a 3-2 zone where they have 3 guys on the arc and they just cover all the shooters. And then the inside is like,
and both the Bucks and the Sixers have the personnel to just lock up the inside.
Yeah.
So it's like they could do it.
Well, that's it. You'd only need like Giannis and Lopez back there, and then just like send everyone else to the brick, because the Brooklyn Nets are going to live and die by the three. It's like obvious. Yeah. They use the pick and roll, and when they got some good guys on lob plays. Like even this Claxton guy, like
he's good.
Like Blake Griffin can work the high posts. Like, you know, like they have guys that can do it, but they always come off of it, and like they always live and die by the three. Look, they're 5-2 when they have the big three together. So, and those guys can easily go for 80 to 90 points
combined. Yeah,
for them, just those three guys.
Yeah,
that's why when they were all together, it was 124 points per game. Like that's pretty hard to beat. I don't care how your defense is. If it's a shootout, then they'll win. But at the same time, man, we discussed this last time too. 7-game series, man. The defensive adjustments. You see coaches like run a zone because they're like, "Fuck, this is gonna work."
And these coaches aren't. You're gonna be going up against Mike Budenholzer and Doc Rivers.
Yeah,
and if you get
a choke in the playoffs, so Rivers, same situation actually. Historically, if I'm thinking,
eliminate that one championship, yeah.
Yeah, other than that one, they've both been pretty unsuccessful in the playoffs. But I mean, Steve Nash
is a rookie head coach.
And like, I don't know, man. There's no shortage of talent, but yeah, you're right. Chemistry could be the issue.
Yeah, I just
know Harden though. Harden we'll think about this though. Harden in the playoffs every time he gasses out, right? Because he's just been on Houston and he carries the team.
He might not have to gas out.
Dude, he's gonna be fresh. Like, do you think they're? I think they're honestly they're saying they're being cautious in the setback in rehab. But the other day, I don't know if you saw when Anthony Davis went down with clearly a twisted ankle, and they said he was having back spasms. Like the NBA, I'm starting to get really like they're sus with all their injury reports and how they're like going about it. I honestly think. Here I go with my conspiracies again. That like Nash is being cautious with him because he's just keeping him fresh for the playoffs.
That's possible. What? Because we've also been seeing a lot of players get injured. Yeah, like I'm looking at because I was trying to see what bets I need to place, and I'm here looking at the Rockets injury list, and it's like the whole team is done. The Pacers whole team is injured.
Yeah, like, OKC is done.
OKC, Sacramento had quite a few injuries. Like
Sacramento tonight played without Buddy Hield, De'Aaron Fox, and Barnes.
And is Tyrese Halliburton even playing?
He didn't miss a game. It was weird, and he got like an MRI and stuff.
Anyways, the point is that there's a lot of injuries, so I can understand why they're keeping players fresh. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't know if you have that luxury if you're the Nets because you haven't seen these guys play enough games together. No. And that's the only concern. And I think you have to prep for you just have to prep for these teams.
Just having reps, and like that's the thing is like these teams that have a lot of like Philly this year, I at the beginning of the year I wouldn't have made that pick, but like dude, they're cohesive. Like they play well together. Everyone's playing their part, playing their role.
Yeah.
Rivers is always. We'll see how they do in the playoffs, but he's always been a very good players coach in the sense of like team bonding, making them like work together and actually play like proper basketball.
Especially in the early seasons and when he starts with a team. Exactly. It's usually in the later seasons where they kind of start like, okay,
voice gets old.
Yeah.
That's simple. But at the beginning, Philly is going to be really tough out in the playoffs. Oh, and that's what the reason I brought them up is because, man, like a team like that who's just like, they know what they're doing and they have a horse they could just feed an Embiid. Like, that's tough, man. When the Nets like don't have that kind of bond, you literally see the frustration on players' like faces when they're like, this team is clicking on all cylinders and we're turning the ball over on stupid ass plays, man. Basketball's
not good.
Morale goes pew right down the hill. Yeah. So
I agree.
So our next topic is
before we get to that next topic.
Oh yeah. Quick
word from my sponsor, Hot Streaks. So guys, listen, I'm a cautious bettor because let's just say I got some bad luck in the last couple of weeks. So
me too.
You guys got to be cautious. But with Hot Streaks, basically every 180 seconds, you can place a bet on over-unders. Who's going to score a point? For instance, we got Lakers and Phoenix right now live, okay? You guys can see this here. Oh, my bad, guys. Hold on a second. Anyway, you guys get the point. So I could say Chris Paul right now, 1 point in the next 180 seconds. He's doing that. That's Chris Paul. 1 assist, he's doing that. That's Chris Paul. Guys, hop easy.
Safer about it. Take Booker in the next 3 minutes.
He was off last game though. But take Booker. Take these. This is surefire things. This is surefire things. If you guys want easy money, quick money, get hot streaks and stop playing. Stop playing. Forget all that other stuff. Don't even worry about being methodical. It's 180 seconds. You don't have time to be methodical. Just bet.
Yeah, just bet. Don't even think about it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Okay.
But shout out to Hot Streaks. Thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Get a gambling addiction. I'm kidding, guys. Hot Streaks is great. Use it. Make money. Don't lose it. I just made that up right now, by the way, guys.
That's a good one.
We got balls. Now, listen. We're moving on to football. Quick word, episode 1. I just want to shout us out. I just want to give us a little tap on the back.
Yeah.
Top 7 picks. We projected those perfectly, and that's why you guys need to come back. And
there we go.
Look, see,
sorry to cut you off. There you go. Andre Drummond.
Jay Crowder. You bet under. He's defensive.
I thought that was Drummond. Jay Crowder. Sorry.
Whatever. This is Jay Crowder. He plays defense. Just say he's not going to score a point.
And he shoots threes.
Sometimes.
But yes, like you were saying, pat on our back for the draft because I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, well, you know what? The top 7 picks we projected pretty much on the ball.
Yeah.
And
I got a cool question for you though.
Yeah,
your Giants. How you feel about that 11th overall pick? What was it, 11th? I believe. Yeah, I think it was.
Darius Toney. Listen. So listen. Here's what happened with my Giants. Let me give you guys the rundown.
You wanted Devontae Smith. You really did.
I wanted him, and they wanted him. That's very clear.
Yeah.
So here's what happens on draft day. They are pretty much licking their chops. They're watching Devontae Smith drop. But Philly trades up to 9, snabs him right out of our fingertips. What I will say, I'll give my Giants credit because what they did is they got great value for the number 11 pick. They said, okay, we're not going to get Devontae Smith at number 11. They traded it. They got the 20th overall pick in this year's draft. Obviously, swapped the first, but then they got a first and a fourth, or first and a fifth next year and first and a fourth this year. So they got 4 picks for 1 pick at the last second. That's a good pull. That's a good swing. Very happy. We got good value on that. And the pick is coming from who again? The Bears. The Bears very well might be shit next year. Okay? Unless Justin Fields.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know. I think they can make playoffs.
Oh, dude, no. If look, we talked about this last time. I'm a huge believer in Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Okay? And I think he could instant pop off.
I told you about Trey Lance, by the way.
Sorry?
I told you about Trey Lance.
You did. Trey Lance is great.
Yeah.
But anyway, so if he pops off, then they could be good. But if they play we're going to go with Dalton to start the season, and we're going to mold him into the quarterback. He's up. And then they go 0-6. And then after fucking Fields comes in to save it, but he can't salvage the season, that pick could turn out to be pretty good. That's how I started talking about the Bears.
That's true.
So anyways, happy with that. Happy we got good value on that pick. Really pissed we didn't get Devontae Smith. We did get Kadarius Toney. He might have been a bit of a reach at 20, but if you go back and look, I mean, all the attention was on Kyle Pitts in Florida, but in terms of wide receiver, he was their playmaker, and he's got return ability. I think he'll start off like Tyreek Hill, kind of returning, and then they'll develop him into a better asset and someone who gets number 2, start number 3, touches number 2. We'll see. But actually super happy with our second round pick. Linebacker out of Georgia, one of the best edge rushers in the draft. So honestly, all in all,
you're happy. And I think the need for a wide receiver wasn't as glaring because you guys got Kenny Golladay. If you guys didn't have Kenny Golladay, then Devontae Smith was your guy. But you have Kenny Golladay. I don't think it's okay if you don't have Devontae Smith.
Yeah, exactly.
My Steelers,
Najee Harris, right?
I'm happy about that. I'm very happy about that.
Obviously,
in a dream world, I did want it, but I wanted us to trade up to get a quarterback more than I wanted that. But obviously, Steelers, conventional. We're gonna ride with Big Ben, whatever. But Najee Harris, I mean, this is the first time I've been excited about a Steeler running back since Le'Veon.
Yeah,
like I'm excited. Like he is a beast. Also, quick aside, I get pairing up Travis Etienne with Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
And Laviska Shenault's gonna have a breakout year, but I don't understand the need for it. You had James Robinson, who was a rookie last year and had a great season, and he's just gonna follow that up this season. So it kind of threw me off as to why they did that, because they really didn't need to.
Mm-hmm.
But the Jags will be the Jags. So
hey, the Jets were the Jets. Hey, by the way, I went and watched like a lot more tape on Zach Wilson because I was thinking about like how much I ripped him and how much I ripped the Jets and stuff, and maybe I was wrong, But guess what? I wasn't wrong. He played at BYU in a shit conference, and nothing about dude. I was watching this tape and I was thinking of you, and I was like, bro, who sits down and looks at this quarterback and then looks at Justin Fields in a much better conference and goes, hey, that guy's better? No one. But the Jets did. God love you. God love you, Jets. You make America fun.
Let's see how it pans out, man. Let's see how it pans out. I have a Jets fan. I have a friend who's a fan of the Jets. His name's Justin. Tortures himself every year.
I work with a guy named Mike who's a fan of the Jets, and every year he goes, I think it's time I switch. And I was like, you said
they don't.
Last year.
Yeah. Guys, why? If your team is bad for a bit, okay, whatever. Like the Lakers were bad for like 5 years, whatever.
I'm a Giants fan. We've been bad for a bit.
Yeah, but you guys have a culture to like that. You guys can overcome it. Jets fans, it's been like forever.
Joe Namath, man. I guarantee you a Super Bowl. Like in the 50s.
And even the Mark Sanchez teams, I get it. Like they were fun, but like since the Mark Sanchez teams, like okay, listen. If it doesn't pan out with Robert Salah,
it's not going to.
I like him though. I think he's.
Yeah, I like him. I loved his energy on the San Francisco sideline, but like you know what, his energy on the Jet sideline when they're losing like shit. I don't know if he's so good.
I don't know, Jets fans. You guys are having it tough.
He was like this guy. He was the guy. Like, he coming off the sidelines, just like slapping all his players' hands and shit. But like when they're doing shit, is he still going to be doing that? And let me tell you, they're going to. I don't want to rain on their parade. What parade?
Of them getting Zach Wilson, they're excited. But
honestly, whoever is excited,
hang in there, Jets fans. Hang in there.
Just like look. There's this thing called YouTube, and you can like, you don't have to be a pro scout, man. You don't need all the tape. You just go look at YouTube, and you can see for yourself with your own two eyes what the Jets can't see because maybe they don't have eyes. I don't. Maybe it's a bunch of blind mice running around in the front.
But you know who else doesn't have eyes or probably functional brain are the Packers organization.
Yeah.
Who
Ryan
just they fumbled the bag. If we're being quite honest with you, they fumbled the bag. You have Aaron flipping Rodgers, the second greatest quarterback in terms of talent I've ever seen with my own two eyes. Patrick Mahomes being number one, and I can't wait to talk about.
Well, before Patrick Mahomes, it was Aaron Rodgers.
It was Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, absolutely. And you had a chance to have him and Justin Jefferson and Devontae Adams. Oh my gosh. And you didn't do it. You drafted Jordan Love.
Well, that's the thing. So it comes down to like, basically there's two sides to this. You're either taking Brian Gutekunst's side or you're taking Aaron Rodgers. And the problem with them right now is that if they fire Brian Gutekunst, they basically say, Aaron Rodgers, you have the keys to the franchise. You control everything. But if they don't, they lose Aaron Rodgers. So it's like a real pickle, and it's fun, and I like it. It makes sports exciting.
Yeah. I just hope they can budge and trade him. I do not want Aaron Rodgers retiring.
No. He's not, bro. Aaron Rodgers is very well known. He's a very high intellect guy.
Yeah. And
like the timing of this is all absolutely perfect. Okay. Like perfect. Like honestly though, I'm so team Aaron Rodgers. It's insane. I think the Packers, if I'm the Packers president, Brian Gutekunst, you fired out immediately. Why? Not because Aaron Rodgers said so, okay? Here's why. You made a bet. You bet big. You played a hand and you lost. You were betting that Aaron Rodgers was
gonna flop,
washed up.
Yeah,
that he was done. Okay, and bro, he's like, so honestly, I remember all the sports debate shows. Like, oh, his numbers have been declining for 5 years. Past the most throwaways in the league, which is actually a responsible thing to do because least picks in the league. I don't know. Anyways, so all these people were talking trash. Now his numbers are on that they've been dipping. It's coming down. It's coming down. And he's just went like, he was fine with all that. He didn't give a shit. But when his own general manager basically, without even calling him on the phone, saying, hey, Aaron, we love you. You're still our guy, but we do want to prepare for the future. We've been doing this as an organization forever. We had you 2 years before you even played behind Favre. This is what we like to do. This is how we run. You're still our guy. No phone call, nothing. They just draft Jordan Love. They trade up to draft Jordan Love. They give up other assets and capital to get another quarterback who's not going to see a touch for at least 3 years. Dude, that as a general manager, you just screwed the pooch, man. You fucked the dog. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I'm the president, I'm like, you're out, bro. Like, we have a disgruntled MVP, and it's all your fault. He's the MVP, dude. He's 37, and look at fucking Brady now. He's playing. His contract goes through 44, bro. It's a different era. Quarterbacks can play longer. They don't get hit anymore. Like,
they dropped the ball. For me. They dropped the ball. I mean, but you see, this is part of the problem of when you don't have an owner.
Yeah, publicly owned teams.
It's why. Like, if I would feel more confident in this situation if they had an owner who could just make a decision with his chest, one or the other. Yeah. And he just won an MVP. You should be like bowing down. What do you need, Aaron? What do you need? Like, we'll give you whatever you want, and they don't do it. So it's just like,
look, honestly, like they do it. They do and they don't. Okay, you can't argue.
Passive aggressive.
Green Bay has a great roster. They've assembled him a good team. Like, his defense is not like it used to back in the day, man.
This year, because before this year, the defense was,
and they were scoring 36 points. Still wasn't enough. Like, because their defense was so bad. Yeah. That's been fixed. He has weapons on the offensive end. Maybe arguably, he could have one more, a true number 2 receiver to throw to. That'd be cool. But he's got a great O-line. He's got Devontae Adams. Like, they've given him assets, but what they haven't given him is like the courtesy of just like, hey, we'd like your input on this situation. Like, it's a very small courtesy to give a person, and it would go a long way for Aaron Rodgers, because that's all he's been saying is like, yo, they didn't even they didn't even call him about drafting they didn't call. They fired the quarterbacks coach he had a great relationship with. Brian Gutekunst has been doing things low key to basically, bro. He put Aaron Rodgers has just had it up to here now. Like, it's just a bunch of little things. Like, you can draft a quarterback, you can draft fine. At least fucking tell me about it. Don't fire my quarterbacks coach without at least saying, hey, do you like this guy? Do you think he was doing a good job? They didn't even ask him. They just fired him. Like, bro, you're asking for it. You're asking for a disgruntled superstar. And you should have seen it coming, because now in the modern day with sports, NBA, NFL, man, people they know they can just go, look, I'm not going to play.
Yeah. So hopefully they explore some trades.
I mean, look, honestly, I will say this. I'm on his side. That being said, I think it would be extremely interesting to see him go somewhere else. And I don't know where he'd go.
Steelers, we need you.
Oh, that would be a great fit.
We need you, Aaron. Bad. I'll give up the farm. Whatever they want, they can have. They can have 5 first-round picks. I don't care.
With the defense you have, and like
Steelers.
Honestly, I even heard like
Broncos.
I forget who it was, but he said like top 5 most likely destinations. Steelers were, I think, number 4. Giants were number 3. Because the Giants could give up.
There you go, you guys, Giants, greedy. Let us have them.
Greedy, bro.
Let us have them.
We give them back Daniel Jones. Here, take him. I know, but we also give them all the first round picks we just got from that trade. We have a litany of picks to give them, and we can give them like Oh, they want a receiver. They want a number 2 receiver. Give them what's the Sterling Shepard? Boom, here, take him. Have him. We're taking on like a 37-year-old quarterback with like a fat fucking contract. Here's a lot of picks, couple good young pieces, and Giants go to Title Town, baby.
Hey, Packers, you guys want Big Ben? Packer fans, we can give you guys Big Ben, Juju Smith-Schuster.
What?
We can give them Big Ben, Juju, 3 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks.
Yeah, because the first 2 things you said, Juju, and those are like 2 of the most overrated players in the NFL.
Hey, that's better than Daniel Jones. I'll take Big Ben over Daniel Jones.
What do you mean, Danny Dimes, bro? That guy.
Stop
you see him run? He falls right before the end zone. It's crazy. It's mad fun to watch.
But no, all in all, I'd like to see him go somewhere else. I don't know where. I especially with now that San Fran drafted Trey Lance, it'd be hard for them to get him. I wish Aaron had said this before, so that way they probably could have traded him at the.
I think they would have. They would have given the 3rd overall pick, and they would have given.
Oh, for sure.
For
sure. Yeah.
This is a battle of egos, man. This is a dick swinging contest between Gutekunst and Rodgers. Sorry, pardon my French for lack of a better.
Yeah, you caught me off guard there. I was like, whoa.
Well, we got balls, you know what I mean? So,
but no, yeah, you're right. I agree with you.
So yeah.
But, next topic, the Lakers versus the Warriors, potentially in the play-in game.
It's looking very likely mathematically.
There's 4 games left, about 4 to 5 games left ish.
Yeah.
Listen, the Lakers are looking terrible. We suck. And
it's the same problem as the Nets, man. It's about the cohesion. And now that you have Drummond and some new pieces and stuff, and
I'm worried about LeBron.
Honestly, look, you know what? You want to hear something funny? And guys, I'm close, but I'm not LeBron James. Okay, I'm not. But I will say this: this is crazy. And I saw Giannis happen to him too. There was never an injury report on LeBron James's ankle before the actual. Everyone saw it. He went down, he's screaming, slapping the court. But usually that happens when you come back too soon from a more minor ankle sprain. Okay. This year I had a minor ankle sprain. I came back 8 days later. Dude, I had the exact same reaction. It felt like my fucking ankle was on fire. I slapped the ground. I was yelling. It was literally like a mirror of me when I watched that. And it made me go because I know the feeling and I know the pain. And dude, yeah, that ankles, man, you don't know. They could feel good. And then you come back, you stop too hard or you land on someone's foot. Every time I see an ankle roll now, I fucking
cringe.
I'm I feel so bad for them, man. Because I know that's my right ankle, man, is bum. I got a bum one now. So if you guys come cross me to the right, if you come to the court,
you're done.
But no. But anyways, no. I am worried about LeBron. He definitely looks more fallible, more vulnerable than he ever has. But
yeah,
I mean, look, if he's at all ready to go, I know they win that play-in game. LeBron is not losing that game.
Oh yeah, they'll definitely win. But they're not the way they're looking right now.
Even they're not. Honestly, you say they'll definitely win, but dude, the Warriors have been coming up with these no, usually they suck, but then they come up with these fucking gems. Curry comes up with these gems against. We don't. Hey, I'm just saying, man.
Curry's great. He's great. He ain't doing that against no Lakers. Let me tell you that. Well, he ain't gonna do that against us Lakers. Okay, if LeBron's out, then all bets are off. I don't feel confident, but he ain't doing that against the Lakers. Especially if Bron and AD are playing. If Bron and AD are just even gonna be on the court, I think they'll beat the Warriors. My concern is that.
But see, they're playing is because it's the 7 and 8 play a play in.
Yeah, they play it to see who's gonna win the 7th seed.
Yeah. Okay.
So the Lakers have to win. If the Lakers maintain the 7th seed and the Warriors take the 8th, the Lakers only have to win 1 game and the Warriors have to win 2. My concern is that I guess it has its pros and cons because it's number one, you don't want the play-in game because you want LeBron and AD to get as much rest as you can. But at the same time, you do want them to play it because they can get more reps and get that kind of get back in form, if that makes any sense. So it has its pros and cons, but I think we can beat the Warriors mainly because I feel like we can contain Steph. Now, if Clay was there, or if Clay was even coming back, I'd be like, I'd be a bit nervous.
Little shout out to a Canadian though. Wiggins has been balling lately.
Yes.
Honestly, it's not something that we say often here.
Yeah,
he's been
not
doing his thing.
He's definitely been doing this thing.
So I think a little bit of a number 2 there, but no, I honestly know if the team is at all healthy, like even 70%, like good to go, like they're gonna win that game. It's not a problem. The fact that they're in this game is ridiculous. It's mostly due to injuries.
Yeah,
but like I don't even AD before he had 44 against Denver. Before that, he was
and he had 36. He had 36 and 12 the other night against Portland.
Yeah. Okay. So he's that's promising. That's good.
Yeah.
Honestly, even LeBron last year would say like, yeah, like obviously he acknowledges how important he is, but like they need AD to be clicking and like, because, bro, I'll say this, Anthony, there's no one in the league that I'm taking within like 10 feet of the rim. That guy is like the best scorer in the NBA from close range, dude. If you think about it, name me another one.
Better than Joel?
Ah, shit. See, no, you're but before this year,
but fair enough, yeah. AD. Yeah.
This year, Embiid is like really like
taken off.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
wow, he's
long overdue. It's been long.
But AD for the past 5 years, like he can
get you a bucket, man. He can get you a bucket. AD's
over.
Yeah, he's a monster for sure.
But yeah, I mean, also I think people are like again. This is going to lead us to our next topic because it's been a weird MVP race. But like that's the thing is like because of the injuries, man, people forget what people are capable of, and like the Lakers, man, are
one of those teams.
It's crazy high, and we haven't gotten to see them with Drummond. Like,
yeah,
spoke about this last time, man. Like LeBron with a true 5, like a good big. He's going to be dishing all kinds of lobs to this guy, and like AD's there to Twin Towers, and it's gonna be fun to watch. I just need to see it. Like
it's like the net situation. You just need to see some cohesion.
That's it. I just want to see it come together and see it happen. But I have so much faith. Like,
if anyone's gonna pull it off, it's gonna be LeBron.
Dude, LeBron in the playoffs is so
man.
Wow.
He's a monster.
I don't know if you ever saw that video about. Did you ever hear Richard Jefferson's take on the block against Iguodala?
No.
You go YouTube it after. He literally goes. He goes. I'm running down the court and I literally see a black blur. Like he's like I've never seen. He's like the only time I've ever seen LeBron go 100% was that play, and it was like scary. Like, dude,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So anyways, like when LeBron, when shit needs to get done, bro, like
he gets it done.
And
yeah.
He's my favorite player to watch in today's NBA. Honestly, my favorite player ever is nice jersey over there.
KG.
KG's my favorite all time.
KG, second greatest power forward of all time.
You guys see the number 5? The reason it's number 5 is because I always took
KG. Okay, fair enough.
I always took 5 or 21. Whichever one it was. High numbers, it was 21. Low numbers, it was 5. So that's my boy.
KG, second greatest power forward of all time.
I have that one. Warning, one episode I'm going to be wearing that jersey, and it's not because we share jerseys.
No, we don't share jerseys.
We have great fucking taste.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we have great taste, and we have a good collection of jerseys, so don't think that we're sharing jerseys. And if anyone has a black KG jersey, you can swing it to me. Call me.
We both actually just
obviously on the Timberwolves. Don't give me a black Brooklyn Nets KG jersey. I don't want it. With all due respect. Unless it's signed. Our last topic.
The MVP, man.
MVP. Now, like you said, it's been weird because LeBron, Joel, and James Harden all would have been ahead of Jokic in the MVP rankings if not for injury.
Yeah.
Now listen, I do think that Jokic is gonna win it.
Probably.
His stats are crazy. For sure. We get it. But that boy Chris Paul, man. That boy Chris Paul deserves some love. Because what he's doing, like the Suns have not even touched the playoffs since the last time they touched the playoffs? When Ron Artest hit the buzzer beater against them in 2010. It's been 11 years since the Suns have made the playoffs. And Chris Paul The moment he gets there, first of all, he took that OKC team. You see, and now Shea's been injured. I get it. There's been a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
But the point is that they suck. They suck. And I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs last year. Chris Paul just surprised the hell out of me.
Here's a fun fact for you. The Oklahoma City Thunder at the beginning preseason projection had a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs. They were the 5.
Yeah. And pushed the Rockets, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook to 7 games.
The Chris Paul effect is real, okay?
Yeah.
Every team he gets to, he got to the New Orleans Hornets at the time in 2004. They went from being a dog's ass team to being competitive in the playoffs. Like, every team he shows up on gets better. And we were talking about before we started recording, the thing I think that the reason he won't get a lot of votes is because that's the thing, is we're talking about like the narrative, and now it's like,
not the stats.
Another team that he comes to that gets better, but like Phoenix, like he's just exactly what Phoenix needed. Like Phoenix won those 8 games last year in the bubble. Like they were very, I don't know if you saw like at like the locker room after they got eliminated, because I think Memphis or whatever took their spot.
Yeah.
But fucking Monty Williams in the locker room made a speech, and he's like, "I'm very proud of you guys."
And Memphis did? No, not it was Portland.
Yeah, it's Portland. That's it. It was one of the two. Yeah, Portland won that play-in, and they stole a spot from Phoenix because they had a better record. So, but anyways, they were doing all the right things. They actually showed fight. They finally looked good. I think, by the way, Monty Williams probably coach of the year, has to be, to me. Yeah. First of all, the guy came back from his wife dying. Okay, that's super cool to take in his second year with the team. First year he built relationships and like gained their trust, and now this year he has that, plus he brings in like a leader and just a guy who he's a winner. Chris Paul, man, I know he's the president of the NBPA and everything, and like he's got all these, he's not a nice dude on the basketball court.
No, he's not.
No,
he's not there to be your friend. He's there to rip your heart out your chest.
Yeah, whether you're on his team or not on his team, man, he's going to either push you to do better if you're on his team, or if you're not on his team, he's going to get in your ear, man. He's
really one of the few players in the league that have that Kobe attitude.
Yeah.
Where
he hates losing, hates it. Yeah. And which is impressive, man, because like it's cool to see a guy like that who also maintains like the true point guard.
Yeah.
Mentality, like you would prefer to hook up a teammate with a bucket than.
And sometimes it infuriates me because I'm just like, Chris, I don't want anyone else shooting but you. Shoot, please, please shoot.
I know, and over the years it's frustrated me a lot. But
also, if he does win, I think Jokic will win it just because his numbers are crazy.
Yeah,
but if he doesn't win it, if Chris Paul won it, I wouldn't be mad.
No,
I wouldn't be upset. And people, if you're gonna be mad at Chris Paul winning it, then I want you to be mad at Steve Nash winning it over when Kobe's averaging 35 points a game and he has Smush Parker and Luke Walton and Rodmanovich. Like, are you serious? And he brought them to the playoffs. Or LeBron the same season, averaging 38 and 8, or LeBron-esque numbers, second seed in the East. So I just want you guys to keep that same energy, that if you're going to be upset about the notion of Chris Paul even being a candidate, I want you to keep that same energy for Steve Nash in 05-06 when he won MVP and Kobe's averaging 35.
A lot of beef with Steve Nash.
I do. It's all love. It's just my opinion. You know, that's just how I feel.
Listen, man. You put Canada on the basketball map. You give him a break.
He did.
Also, Shaq, the first year he won MVP. Or sorry, the first year Nash won MVP. Shaq probably should have won. Yeah. Look, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Okay, Harden should have won probably. LeBron's the best team. The best player on the best team every year. You could give LeBron the thing every year, and I wouldn't be pissed at that. But it's not, honestly. MVP's not. It's not technically most valuable. It's most like
stats. If you're good.
Yeah,
your team's good.
Like, honestly, who I would love to see LeBron win MVP at 37 and just cement that legacy more. That would have been great. Yeah. Honestly, though, it was Embiid's year, and it's a shame.
It was. I had him. To me, he was, and even when he came back from injury, he's still top 5, and he was injured for a good portion of the season. It was his to lose. Like they're the number 1 seed in the East. Like that's a tremendous turn. Like their turnaround was so it was just good. Like last season, like where they're having the discussion, like, okay, do they need to be separated? Yeah. And it kind of was trending in that direction where it's like, okay, like one of these guys is gonna get traded. But no, they credit to the organization of the 76ers. They waited. They said, okay, let's bring in another coach, see how it works. And it's been working beautifully. So Joel's just been putting up monstrous numbers in this. So it's definitely unfortunate. Hopefully he can win another one down the line. But no, it's been great.
He's always had honestly, injuries have always been his Achilles heel, ironically. But no, man, I watch that guy play. It's scary. His mid range is automatic. I've never seen
automatic.
Mid range that automatic.
It's to me, he has the best post work in the league. Post moves. I used to say Pascal Siakam, Spicy P, but
no.
I had to.
Siakam has the same move every time. Fakes right, goes left. Goes right.
When they won the championship in 2019, I did feel like he had the best post work in the league at the time. And I don't know. I feel like he's okay. I can't speak on it too much this season because I haven't watched them play a lot, and they've been ravaged with injuries and COVID.
I have seen him enough, dude. The thing is, he's
He kind of seemed like he regressed a bit.
A little bit, but I honestly don't think he regressed. I think that just like there's a ton of tape on him now, and he hasn't done anything to really like. That's the thing is Embiid every comes back every year, and you see he's added something.
Yeah, he can shoot better. He can. Yeah,
his footwork got a little bit better. He knows how to do this better. Reverses, whatever. Like, I haven't seen anything new out of him. And the thing is, people know how to guard it now. It's like if he right once, I'm not even gonna like. I'm just gonna lean. Like I'm gonna let you think that I'm biting on your little fakes, and then I'm just gonna. Anyways, but dude, Embiid is like. Defenders, like I watch them shit themselves. Like you could see they're like, do I sag off? Do I sag off? And when they sag off, boom, pops it.
Yeah.
If they don't sag off, then it's like, okay, then I'm just gonna back you down. He's way too heavy. Like I literally see in their eyes. They're like, oh, whoa,
what do I do? Yeah, what do I do? And that's why if he didn't take this leap in his game, I wouldn't think they could beat the Nets. But that combined with the team defense,
yeah.
No, they got a real good chance to win the championship, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, the way the West is shaping up, yeah, they do.
Yeah, the West is. I don't know who's coming up. I'll tell you for damn sure it's not going to be Utah. I'll tell you that with wholeheartedly.
The healthiest team, the healthiest good team is the Suns. So
you said the Suns?
The Suns are the healthiest.
Suns and the Clippers.
Clippers.
They just need Surge back.
They pissed me off today really bad. Today I lost money today on the Clippers.
Me too. I did too. I had them winning. I had them beaten.
I had them full spread.
Okay, I didn't take. I just take them to win. Dude, I didn't trust the spread.
Here's my reasoning. Okay,
the Knicks have been playing like garbage.
They're doing fantastic, but they also do play in the East. Let's not forget. And against really good teams this season, they tend to go down big fast, and then they end up having to fight their way back.
Yeah. And they don't have the firepower for that.
All hands on deck today. Pat Bev, Rondo, Kawhi.
Surge is in there, I don't think still.
Zubac, Morris, Boogie, Kennard.
It was off. They were just off.
Everybody was there. And then so I go, better starting lineup, better bench, deeper team, at home, against a team that struggles against good teams.
They're losing.
Next one. So fuck the Clippers. They're not. No. It's the Suns.
Hey, man.
Suns win me money all the time.
But also, Utah could lose as the 1 seed.
Utah's gonna
because they're gonna have to either play
Mitchell and
Warriors. Pardon?
When are Mitchell and Conley back?
I have no idea.
They're not going anywhere without those guys.
But they might be rusty. If they don't come back soon, they're gonna be rusty, in my opinion. They might have to play the Lakers or the Warriors in the first round.
Yeah, I think they can handle the Warriors because of just pure. They could probably handle them. But
No, because they couldn't handle Jamal Murray. Now, granted, he has Jokic, but I mean, Steph Curry is better than both of those guys.
Yeah,
and you know me and Rudy. I mean, it seems like any guard in the playoffs just goes into the paint and just finishes on him.
Yeah. I truly believe that like they could
be a good series though.
Not the first, they're out in the second.
Yeah, definitely. They're not. I'll be upset, to be honest with you.
Again, that's like honestly like looking good, man. But then you literally cut the head off the snake, man. Like you take the brains of the operation, you put them on the sidelines. You have like the guard, their two best guards who like facilitate every play that they make. Gone. So
and everyone else, Joe Ingles is going crazy. Jordan Clarkson is playing well. Bogdanovich is playing well. Yeah. Rudy's playing well.
Jordan Clarkson,
Royce O'Neal is playing well. Like they have a good team, but it's not. That's a team that would get you to the conference finals or the finals in like the early 2000s or like the late like the 90s or whatever. You know, like just. But they not nowadays. No, the teams are just too stacked. If the teams were more balanced, it was like two pairs. Okay, maybe. And we saw that
they honestly remind me of like the Darren Williams with like Kirilenko, like Utah Jazz. Always good, but never gets over the hump.
Yeah. Oh man, those are some good teams. Yeah, I agree. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 2 of the We've Got Balls podcast. It's been a pleasure. We'll be back ASAP with some more content for you guys. Hopefully some spicy stuff happens, and hopefully we can win some bets. And don't sleep on hot streaks. It's easy money, guys. Come on.
Yeah, come on now.
I'm still gonna be on my methodical stuff because like I said, it's been a bad couple of weeks, but we will bounce back. And hopefully the third episode, next week's episode, is gonna be nothing but positives.
Yeah. No, we're gonna bounce back, you know? But we're also gonna have to do this podcast from like a fridge box on the
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's hope it doesn't come.
It's been a great show, guys. Thanks for coming. Like, subscribe, and by the way, we're gonna have some social media pages, like an Instagram page for the We've Got Balls podcast. A Twitter for just that. We're both gonna have access to and just throw our thoughts out there. So look for that coming, and plenty more episodes.
Dean, my brother, it's been a pleasure.
One love.
We'll see you guys soon.
Yes,
later.
Sir. Now.